Welcome to an overview of the Lay Servant Ministries District Database, an administration and record-keeping tool for district directors of Lay Servant Ministries. I'm Rick Mattson, Director of Lay Servant Ministries for the Mid-State District, Missouri Conference, and I've been using a database similar to this one effectively for about 12 years. This overview describes the capabilities and features of the systems, including the main switchboard, the classes form, an overview of the student's lay servant form, which is the repository of all student information, the report switchboard, and email addresses and mailing labels. Getting right into it, the main switchboard is the primary entry point to the database. Each of the menu items take you to an underlying form or submenu. The titles are self-explanatory. View Lay Servant Instructors takes you to a submenu for access to the Lay Servants form, the Instructors form, classes type, for example basic or advanced, ministry areas, and return to the same main switch menu. The Classes menu takes you to the Classes form, which is the repository of class information and the students that attend each class. In fact, it may be worthwhile looking at the Classes form now. The Classes form contains specifics about lay servant classes, including class name, instructor, type of course, date, and location. The term field located in the upper right will be the field used to sort classes on the student lay servant form so that the latest course taken by each student is shown on top of the list. Having the last class on top of the list makes determining certification status easier. In the middle of the form is the list of students in the class. The list is linked to the student form so that the same information appears there. Class information need only be entered once in the database. At the bottom of the form are the instructions. The button in the lower right prints address labels for all the students for use, for example, sending certificates to the class. Links to the student lay servant form and a class report link will produce a hard copy of all students that is intended for distribution to churches and other districts as appropriate. Now is a good time to look at the student's lay servants form. Recall that it is linked to the classes form, as well as being the content holder for all lay servant information. The student lay servant form is normally accessed through the main switchboard, as we have seen before. The upper field contains all student or lay servant contact information. A notes field allows entry of any desired text information, in this case a number of courses attended outside the district. Center left is certification information and status. Below that is ministry information. In the lower portion of the form contains all the courses the lay servant has attended, with the latest on top, allowing a quick view of the training currency for certification. And the buttons in the center provide respectively a mailing label for this student, an information sheet providing a paper copy of all that is on the form. You'll see an information sheet later in this video. And the third button is a link to a form to input history of ministry service. Now that we have seen the classes form and the student form, the two entry points for database input of information, we can take a quick look at reports, the output of the database. First, closing out of the student's lay speakers form returns us to the main menu, where we can select the report switchboard or menu. From there, we're going to preview the lay servant's information sheet. The information sheet contains all of the information that is on the student's lay servant's form and can be used to communicate status with the lay servant or with his or her pastor. Now, closing out of that, we can select a list. Here's a list of lay servants. Another is available sorted by church. Closing out and returning to the main switchboard. Other communication tools available include email lists and mailing labels. Let's look at the email switchboard. It includes menu items for all lay servants, a list for active and certified lay servants. Let's try creating a list in email for all lay servants. By clicking on the main menu, the list will appear. To mail the entire list, simply highlight the email addresses and paste it to the to or the BCC line of your email program. From a privacy viewpoint, it's best to use the BCC address block. There is a similar menu for mailing labels. That's a quick overview of the Lay Servant Ministries District Database. I'd recommend, in order for you to get an appreciation of how the database can work for you, that you look at the videos, the Students Lay Servants Form, and Preparing, Registering, and Reporting Lay Servant Classes. Thanks for watching.